Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Today we're going to be unboxing the Poco X3 NFC, which I ordered just the other day. It's actually come really quickly. It was only announced last week, not even a week ago, so I'm really excited to be able to get this. I'm going to open it up. We're going to talk about the specs, have a look at what it's like. The first Poco phone was one of my favorite ever phones. It was really good value, and this seems to be living up to that reputation. It seems to be really good value. It was only £200, so I think it's just over $200. And it has some really good hardware for the price of the phone. So yeah, we are gonna have a look. Let's open it up. So I'm gonna stop talking. Let's open it up and have a look at what the Poco X3 NFC looks like. So as I unbox the Poco X3 NFC, let's just go through some of the main specifications of this phone. It features a 6.67-inch LCD display with a maximum refresh rate of 120 Hz, a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels, with a pixel density of 395 ppi. It features a new processor, the Snapdragon 732G, which is designed as a more powerful version of the previous processor, with an octa-core processor up to 2.3 GHz. It features 6 GB of RAM and up to 128 GB of storage. It features 4 main cameras and 2 selfie cameras. The primary main camera is 64 megapixels. It also features a 13 megapixel wide-angle lens, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The main camera is a Sony IMX682, which is actually a fairly common sensor in many smartphones of this type. The cameras can record up to 4K video at 30 frames per second, and slow motion video up to 960 frames per second in 720p. So those are the main specifications, and the reason why I'm excited about this phone is mostly because of the processor, the 120 Hz screen, the size of the phone, and also the number of cameras you get in such a well-priced device. Poco literally calls it the mid-range champion, which I do think it has the potential to become. Just from the specs, it seems to beat out many other phones at this price range, and even quite a lot of phones that are more expensive. The contents of the box is not particularly interesting. The only unique thing, it's not even that unique, is that the case that you get, they've dubbed it a antibacterial case. I have no idea if that's actually true. Just looking at the body of the phone, I think it looks really cool. I really like the back of the phone, especially where it has this Poco branding. If you move it around in the light, it kind of becomes a rainbow color, or it changes colors. The back of the phone is very shiny and very attractive looking, especially with those cameras. I think it looks really good. However, you will immediately see that it is a fingerprint magnet, so immediately have to start cleaning it. I can't stand having loads of fingerprints on a phone. They are pretty obvious on this phone, just the design and the materials used. It is also a little bit on the thick side. It is one of the thicker phones I've ever had. I think we can't complain too much because of the price. Turning on the phone for the first time, I think the screen pretty much matches up to all other phones, mid-range phones around this price range, even a little bit more expensive. The resolution isn't anything to scream about. The main thing about the screen is that 120 Hz display, which should make everything look very smooth when you're scrolling. It should make animations look smooth. Many phones, especially at this mid-range level, don't have a screen that can display 120 Hz, and having this feature will allow games to look smoother, it will allow videos to look smoother, it will allow animations on the display to look smoother, so scrolling, swiping will all look better. The downside is that 120 Hz display does eat away at battery life quicker than other phones with lower Hz displays, so you can disable it. I think you can switch back if you want to. The option is there, so we'll just have to see how long the battery life lasts. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed. I think it looks good from the front. It's nearly edge-to-edge display. It doesn't have an annoying notch at the top. It just has that little selfie camera there at the front. It features a fingerprint scanner on the side, so the button that you use to unlock the phone is also the fingerprint scanner, which I think is a good idea. I had a quick play with the main cameras. It's very easy to switch between the ultra-wide, normal, and macro lens. You just slide across and you can immediately see the difference. The quality of the main camera is what I'm going to be testing. 64 megapixels is quite a lot, but it's more to do with the sensor. How does it deal with color, depth, light? It comes with a bit of pre-installed bloatware. There's a whole raft of stupid games that I'm never going to play, but you can uninstall them, so you can uninstall most of the bloatware. So make sure to subscribe, because guess what, it's free, and I'm going to be bringing you loads more tech every week. Different gadgets are coming, including more from the Poco X3 NFC, so stay tuned. So guys, that is the Poco X3 NFC. I think it looks really cool. It is a big phone. This is the biggest phone I've had for a while. I just bought a different one. I showed you in that little comparison. and even compared to my phone before that, it's literally almost feels like twice the size. It is a big phone. Now, I went through some of the specs. I think they're quite impressive. I think the cameras seem to be really good, especially for the price of the phone. Perhaps not the highest resolution screen, but the 120 hertz refresh rate should be pretty impressive. You can tell just from scrolling how smooth it all looks and how everything that moves, all the animations in the phone look pretty smooth as well. I really like the fact that there's an old-fashioned audio jack, so that is good. I haven't had one of them in a phone for over a year, and I really do miss it. One of the main things about this phone is that it's supposed to have a good processor for playing games, for doing some quite advanced stuff on a phone that is really quite good value. So I will be downloading plenty of games and trying them out, doing some video editing, using some quite intensive apps. So that's pretty much it, guys. I think the phone looks pretty good. It's slightly on the thick side. The screen seems great. I'm looking forward to trying the cameras. I think that's going to be one of the strengths of this phone. But yeah, if you're interested in knowing more about the Poco X3 NFC, obviously let me know what you want me to test, let me know what you want me to try out, and I will do it over the next week or so and then come back with a full review. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.